What are phrasal? Phrasal verbs are verbs that combine a verb and a preposition. And it makes the meaning of the verb change. There are the most well-known phrasal verb is get. Because if you say get, es conseguir o obtener. But get up es ponerse de pie. Get away es alejarse. Get into es llegar. Get to es dirigirse hacia un lugar. Okay, and so on. So, get sick, enfermarse. So when you combine get with different elements, it changes. Fortunately for you, because there are 280 phrasal verbs common use in English, you only have 2, 4, 6, 7, and 8. You only have to learn or to know the existence of these 8. Okay, so we have here some examples. Zinedine's parents were born in Algeria, but he grew up in France. What's the meaning of grow up here in this expression? What do you think? Give me a synonym or the meaning of grew up. The verb is grow up. What does that mean?
Crecer.
Crecer. Okay, to grow up means crecer, que lo criaron allá, as we said in Latin America. No, mire, él nació en Barranquilla, pero se crió en Bogotá. O él nació en Quito y se crió en la costa. Okay, so this grew up is in that sense. Not only become older, but also que lo crían. Then we have Amanda Steele has set up a YouTube channel where she gives advice. So, set up. Sebastian, what do you think is set up?
I don't know, teacher.
Not neither in Spanish. That says Amanda Steele has set up a YouTube channel where she gives advice. It's like begin, start, initiate, open. Okay, it means Amanda abrió un canal de YouTube, inició un canal de YouTube, inauguró un canal de YouTube, comenzó a trabajar en un canal de YouTube. Bring up. Bring up. Hannah Alper was born in Canada and brought up there. Grew up and bring up. This and this are synonyms. Okay, it means that person got to that place. In this case, she was born in that place and se crió en el mismo lugar. Creció en el mismo lugar. Obtuvo su educación en el mismo lugar. And finally, the last one is take up. And as, set up, as grew up and brought and bring up are synonyms. Set up and take up are synonyms too. Both have the same meaning. Comenzar, iniciar, arrancar con, okay, with an activity. So from this one, we have already mentioned bring up, take up, set up. You know, find out. We studied find out before. What's the difference between find and find out? Do you remember that? The difference between find and find out? Do you remember
Find
that?
out, descubrir.
Get a new information. Okay, something that the person didn't know. And for, of course, it is new information. And find is just encontrar. It's like the example yesterday. You didn't know that Brian May was an astrophysicist and also the guitar man in Queen. So for you knowing that he was an astrophysicist, you found it out yesterday. Okay, or we found out that influencers in Ecuador, a lot of Ecuadorians don't know. We found it out yesterday. Sebastian, do you know any influencer here in Ecuador?
For example, Jonathan Sanchez,
What
the
does he do? Why is he
he's,
an influencer?
uh, uh, he was a humorist because
Okay,
he's already dead.
okay. So that's an influencer. Valentina, we talked yesterday about the influencer. Maria Valentina, do you know any influencer? Is there any Ecuadorian influencer you know?
No.
No. Okay. I know influencers from other countries like Luisito Comunica, Alex Tienda, people who travel. The Kardashians, of course, everybody knows the Kardashian, Ofra. But from Ecuador, yesterday I found out some influencers I didn't know they exist. Okay. So here says, I was born, we're going to set these phrasal verbs into each sentence. Okay. I was born in a small village where I became older in Athens with my parents and two brothers. So he grew up. Okay. If I discovered that my parents were reading my emails, I wouldn't get angry. Which of these ones have to do with discover? Karen,
Find out.
find out. In this case, it would be not find out, but found out. Because we're talking in if I discover it, if I found out. Sebastian, when my phone doesn't have any more battery, I borrow my friend's phone. Which of these verbs do you think is not to have any more battery, not to have power?
Run out of.
Run out of. Yes, good. In this case is run out of. Run out of battery. Okay. You can also run out of time. You know, when time is over, you can say, oh my God, me, sorry, I couldn't finish the test. Why? Because I ran out of time. So run out also refers to the use you give of time. Or when your mom says, okay, let's make some pasta, some spaghetti with meatballs for dinner. And then they say, oh my God, I cannot do it. Why? Because we ran out of meat. We have no more meat in the refrigerator. Good evening, Eric. Welcome.
Hi, good evening.
We're talking about phrasal verbs, okay? The meaning of different phrasal verbs. Run out of is over. I'd love to start my own YouTube channel. I would let people know about new music. When they talk about a YouTube channel, which verb was used here in the book? Begin a YouTube channel, which is the verb. Check it, please.
Set up.
Set up.
Bring up.
Set up. Here, that is. Set up a YouTube channel. You can use the miss. Can I say take up? Yes. Okay. So, but here they say set up. Let's use the same. Set up. Give me a sec. Okay. If I had to choose another sport, I would start playing hockey. So, which one do you think it is? We have grew up, find out, set up. So we have bring up, make up, get on with, for start playing. Okay. Maria Valentina, which one do you think it is? Start playing.
Take up.
Yes, take up. Good. because in the first exercise, we noticed that take up and set up are similar. Take up. Okay, Valentina, I have a good relationship with my older sister. So here we have make up and get on with. Which one do you think is have a good relationship?
I
With
think
or make up?
get a win.
Get on with. Actually, it is in A2. Get on with. You have get on and you have get along. Okay, in this case is get on with. And finally, the last one, invent. Synonym of invent, make up. Look after. Which one do you think is look after? It is not here.
Take care of.
Take care of, okay? I don't know what happened here. It doesn't work. Well, in this case is take care of, and it is not there. Okay. Do you have any questions about the phrasal verbs? How to use phrasal verbs? And remember, the only phrasal verbs you are supposed to memorize or to manage here at this point of the level are these 8 ones. You don't need to learn more. As I said, there are 280 common usage phrasal verbs, but these are the only ones you need to know. Okay? Questions about phrasal verbs?
Teacher,
Yes.
what is the definition or meaning of bring up?
Bring up, criar, crecer. Criar en el sentido de que tú vives en un sitio, te llevan a otro y creces en ese lugar. Parents try to bring up their children in the best conditions possible. Los padres tratan de criar a sus hijos, de que sus hijos crezcan en el mejor ambiente posible, en las mejores condiciones posibles. Okay? You can also say that grew up is a natural process and bring up are the opportunities you are given for growing up in the best environment, but actually not to get to mix it up, you can say both are synonyms or very close synonyms, okay? Do you have any question about the nature of the phrasal verbs? Oh, no problem. Give me a second. Let me take the God bless picture because they told me, usted siempre se le olvida poner la foto o la pone después que la clase terminó. So I decided to take a pic with the cell phone and upload it instead of doing other things. B1, 9 to 10. 9 to 10. Asistencia completa. Okay. Now comes something that you should pay attention to. Today we're going to work with the conditionals. Okay, conditional 0, conditional 1, conditional 2. Okay, so let me get the definition for the conditional 0. Give me a second. Let me open my folder of stuff. Stative verbs, how to write an email, conditional sentences. Okay. Let me open it. Okay, here it is. I need a conditional 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's work with this. Okay, remember that all these that you're going to see right now is going to be set in the classroom, okay? Secondly, let me do this. Okay. From here down, do not pay attention, okay? This doesn't exist because this is for the last part of the course and for B2. So this doesn't exist, okay? A conditional sentence, as its name says, is something that depends on another event. First of all, in English, we have 4 kinds of conditional: conditional 0, first, and second. Okay. And of course, the third that we're not going to talk about today. Ah, what happened? Where are you? Here. No, where are you? I lost it. Oh my God, where is it? This is not. Okay, this is the one. First, we have the 0 conditional. Present simple plus present simple. This is the basic form, okay? It's the basics. If you stand in the rain, you get wet. If you hit ice, it melts. How do you use the 0 conditional? For facts which are generally true or scientific facts, the conditional always has the same result. In easy part, when something is true and it is always true, we use the 0 conditional. Cuando hablamos de hechos o cosas que son irrevocables, expresamos a través del condicional 0. Por ejemplo, if you get up in the morning, okay, very early, you can see the sunrise. Se despiertan muy temprano en la mañana, podrán ver cómo sale el sol. Y el sol sale todos los santos días. No hay un día en el cual el sol no salga. Okay? Or if you taste the sea water, it is salty. No importa en qué lugar del mundo ustedes agarren un vaso de agua del mar, esa agua siempre va a ser salada. Más salada, menos salada, pero el agua de mar es salada en Guayaquil, es salada en Nueva York, es salada en el Mediterráneo, es salada en el Océano Índico. ¿Ok? Entonces, cuando vamos a hablar de esas cosas que suceden en forma irrevocable, usamos el condicional 0. La oración del if es la condición y la otra oración es el resultado. ¿Ok? En todos los casos. Mucho cuidado. Nosotros, para poder trabajar los condicionales en inglés, no los podemos llevar al español. ¿Por qué? Porque nosotros en español usamos una sola forma. Si tengo plata, vamos al cine. Si tengo plata, voy. Hazme un favor, recoge tu cuarto. Bueno, mami, estoy haciendo tarea, pero si tengo tiempo, lo recojo. O sea, nosotros usamos para todo el condicional 0. ¿Ok? Ay, si me hubieras dicho voy, decir ir. ¿Ok? Por tanto, no es posible establecer una relación entre el uso del condicional en Latinoamérica, nosotros lo que hablamos español en Latinoamérica, y el uso del condicional en inglés. ¿Ok? Entonces, en este caso, hay que verlo y aceptarlo tal como es y no ponerse a estar tratando de traducirlo para armarlo. ¿De acuerdo? Pregunta acerca de cómo usamos el condicional 0, cosas que son irrevocables. Eric, María Valentina, Valentina, Sebastián, ¿tienen alguna pregunta hasta este momento?
No, teacher.
Valentina dice no. María Valentina, Sebastián, Keren, Eric.
No,
No hay,
teacher.
no problem
No.
up to now? Okay,
No.
so let's see. Eric, give me an example of conditional 0. Un ejemplo de condicional 0 que hable acerca de cosas irrevocables. si pasa tal cosa, sucede lo otro. A ver, Eric, un ejemplo de
If
cosas.
you see to sky in the night,
Ajá. If you look
look.
at the sky at night, comma,
Comma, you look, no, you look the moon.
you see the moon. Remember, it is, moon is capital letters, sorry. You see the moon. If you look at the sky at night, you see the moon. Si miras al cielo, ves la luna. Sí, bueno, claro, si es día de luna llena. O, en todo caso, you see the stars. You can see the stars. Ves las nubes, las estrellas. Okay? Good. Sebastián, can you give me an example of conditional zero? Cosas que son irrevocables e irremediables. If
you attend to the class, you learn new things.
you learn new things. Okay, if you attend class, you learn new things. O sea, siempre que alguien va a una clase, así no quiera, algo aprende. Me decía mi abuelita. Keren, can you give me an example of conditional zero?
If you put your clothes
If you put your clothes,
if you put your clothes outside, it dries.
they dry.
They dry.
They dry because we are talking about clothes, your clothes. If you, in this case, the right verb would be hang. If you hang your clothes outside, las cuelgas. If you hang, eso es cuando uno cuelga la ropa en las cuerdas. If you hang your clothes outside, they dry. Of course they do. Maria Valentina, give me an example of the first conditional, please.
If baby don't eat,
If David doesn't,
no, baby.
if a baby,
Mhm.
if a baby doesn't eat,
Baby cry.
he or she, I'm going to use the perfect pronoun. If a baby doesn't eat, it cries. Say, hey, wait. Eat. A mí me dijeron que eat se usa solamente para un objeto. Nosotros en Latinoamérica, cuando las niñas nacemos, nos ponen zarcillos. Nos ponen aretes. Lo primerito que hacen en los hospitales es, vamos a ponerle los zarcillos, vamos a poner los aretes. Entonces, cuando uno ve un bebé, uno le ve las orejitas y sabe que es una niña o es un varoncito. En los países de habla inglesa está terminantemente prohibido ponerle zarcillos a las niñas hasta que no tengan 3 años. Y los zarcillos tiene que ponérselos un médico, un pediatra. Entonces, cuando uno ve a un bebé, uno no sabe si es hembra o varón. No sabe si es a baby girl o a baby boy. Entonces, cuando nos referimos a los bebés en general, usamos el pronombre it. ¿Ok? Oh, what a beautiful baby. She's fat. It is fat. Does it cry a lot? Entonces la mamá dice, oh no, he's a very quiet baby. Es un varoncito. Or the mom says, thank you. She looks like her father. Es una bebé hembra. So from that moment on, you refer to the baby as he or she. But at the first time you see a baby, you don't know. So babies are referred as it until you know if it is a baby boy or a baby girl. Okay, Valentina, give me an example with the conditional zero, please.
If you can't study, you don't get good grades.
The other way, if you don't study, you can't get. Okay, it's better. If you don't study, you can't get. You can't get good grades. Buenas calificaciones. Okay, so you got it. Whenever we say something that is a fact that is irrevocable, inevitable, that happens, we use the zero conditional. If it rains, water fall from the sky. If it is noontime, you can see the sun. Okay, Miss, can I say if it's cloudy, it rains? No, porque no necesariamente cuando se nubla llueve. Be careful. Then we have the first conditional. The combination of the verb tenses is present simple plus sentences or questions with will or want. Okay? If en presente, el otro en futuro. And it means a possible situation in the future. If you get some books, they say unreal future, un futuro que no existe. Pero en caso de que lo que dice la if clause suceda, entonces lo otro va a suceder también. If it rains, we will cancel the trip. If you study, you will pass the exam. Okay? If it is Friday, you won't have class porque no es viernes. Y en el caso que fuese viernes, no tendrían clase. That's the first conditional, okay? Unreal or possible situation in the future, okay? This is, what I'm showing now is the basic concept. Then once you understand, we got to the extended content. Because first conditional is not only simple present, you can use other verb tenses that works too. And future is not only expressed by using will, but we have other modal verbs that express future. So if I'm talking about an unreal future, I use the first conditional, okay? Or as a probably situation in the future. Is that okay, Eric? First conditional is okay?
Yes.
Sebastián, Keren, no questions? Seems that Sebastián says no. Keren, no questions. Valentina, Maria Valentina, no problems?
Yes, teacher, no problem.
Okay, nice. So, Sebastián, can you give me a sentence with the first conditional about something that is not real for the future?
If you steal the money, you will go to prison.
If you steal money, comma, you will go to jail. If you steal money, you'll go to jail. You go to prison. Okay, good. Eric, can you give me a sentence using the first conditional, please?
If it snow, we ski.
We will ski.
We will ski. Yes.
Yes, because it is a possible situation in the future. What does that mean? No está nevando, pero en caso de que cayera nieve, iríamos a esquiar. ¿Ok? Pero en este momento no está nevando. Por tanto, no podemos esquiar. That's why we say possible future. Karen, please give me a sentence. Give me an example of the first conditional.
One question.
Ajá.
Ski or skiing?
Ski. We will ski. Unless you say, we will go skiing.
Ah, okay.
Because remember, when you practice a sport, it's go plus ing. Go swimming, go skating, go skiing, double I, ing. S-K-I-I-N-G. Okay, so
thank you.
Karen,
If he doesn't confirm, I won't go.
doesn't confirm. What confirm the, let's say confirm the date. No me confirma la
Yes,
fecha.
I won't go.
Date, comma, I won't go. Si no me confirma la fecha, yo no voy. Valentina,
If you come to a party, you may meet my parents.
if you come to the party, you will meet my parents. You will meet my parents. Okay, good. Finally, who's missing? Valentina, Maria Valentina. Maria Valentina. Okay, give me a sentence with the first conditional.
If you adopt a dog, you will feel more relaxed.
You will?
You will feel
Mhm.
more relaxed. Very relaxed.
No, no caigo. If you adopt a dog, you will? What do you mean? You will take care?
Be happy.
You will, I don't know, take care of it. If you adopt a dog, you will take care of it, or you'll be responsible for it, or you will be happy about it. Okay? Question about the first conditional up to this moment? A question. What do the sentences in zero conditional and the sentences in first conditional have in common besides if? Whenever you use the if at the beginning, you have to put a comma. If you steal money, comma, you will go to jail. If it's in snow, comma, we will ski. If he doesn't confirm the date, comma, I won't go. If you come to the party, comma, you'll meet my parents. If you adopt a dog, comma, you'll take care of it. Likewise in conditional zero. But if the if is in the second part, you don't use a comma. For example, let's get the first one here. You see the moon if you look at the sky at night. Okay? It doesn't change the meaning. It's the same. But if the if is at the end of the expression, okay, we don't write a comma. Likewise, a baby cries if it doesn't eat. Okay, a baby cry if it doesn't eat. Miss, does the meaning change? No, the meaning doesn't change. Likewise with the first conditional. Okay. You'll go to jail if you steal money. Okay, no comma. Or we will ski if it snows. Give me a second, red. We'll ski if it snows. There is no change in the meaning. There is no difference if you say if at the beginning or if at the end. The only difference is that you don't write the comma. Finally, the second conditional. Past simple plus would or wouldn't and a verb. So in this case, we're talking about hypothetical or unlikely situations now or in the future. Ok, entonces, ¿cuál es la diferencia entre el primero y el segundo condicional? Que el primero habla de situaciones posibles. Es decir, algo que puede suceder cuando la primera oración sea el if sucede. Pero en el caso del segundo condicional, ¿verdad? Digamos que es menos probable que suceda ahora o en el futuro. También podemos decir que estamos hablando de una situación que no es real en el presente o en el futuro y que lo más probable es que no suceda. ¿Ok? The second conditional has that special characteristic, and we're going to talk about it next class because I don't want to cut it. No quiero cortar la explicación del segundo condicional. Okay? So about zero conditional and first conditional, do you have any question up to this moment? Eric, Sebastián, Valentina, do you have any question about zero conditional and first conditional?
No,
Only
teacher.
zero and first.
No,
Karen, Maria Valentina, it's okay?
Yes, teacher, it's okay.
It's okay.
Okay. Right. Here we have the extended concept for the conditionals. Okay. What does it says? Zero, present simple, for things that are always true, like a scientific fact. First conditional, present simple or present continuous or present perfect. The next sentence can be future with will, imperative, can, may, might, must, or should. And you say, ya va, Miss, ¿cómo es eso que yo puedo usar todo eso? Porque todos esos verbos modales y lo que llamamos el imperativo, las órdenes que vimos en una unidad previa, sirven para indicar acciones en el futuro. ¿Ok? Bueno, vamos a ver los ejemplos en la próxima clase, así que no se preocupen por eso. And it says, for things that are likely to happen in the present or immediate future. Likely, probablemente van a suceder. Okay? So, but for the second conditional, it says unreal and unlikely to happen. Likely, probablemente sucedan. Unlikely, probablemente no van a suceder. Okay? And we talk, as I said, we talk about second conditional later, next class, because time is almost over. Let's do some exercises with the zero and the first conditional only. Okay, zero and first conditional. Zero and first conditional exercises. Okay, let me get it. Oh yes, we have like a lot. Let's do some. Mhm. Let me find another one because this is too long. I'm gonna put this in the classroom for zero first conditional. Okay, let's see. Zero first conditionals. Okay. Ah, that's an easy one. At least it's a basic one. Here it is. Okay, let's begin. Sebastian, number one. If she and your washing machine see less money in the laundromat. We have here, if I go to the party, I will come back before midnight. So we're talking about zero and first conditional. Remember, zero conditional are facts. Okay? So, Sebastian, number one, if she
If she buy a new
buys a new washing machine, she
washing machine, what is laundromat?
laundromat, la lavandería automática, donde uno lleva la ropa, mete el cuarto de
Ah.
dólar, lava la ropa, otra maquinita seca la ropa. That's a laundromat. Less money.
She spend less money in the laundromat. Or, yeah.
Number two, Karen, please, Luis to meet me in the restaurant if you, her. This is a imperative. Please,
Please tell Luis to meet me in the restaurant if you see her.
if you see her. Eric, if you water it into ice, freeze, congelar.
If you freeze
Mhm.
water, it turn into ice.
Into ice, turns into ice because it's it. Valentina, if you the car, the alarm,
If you touch the car, the alarm goes
goes off. Goes off. Maria Valentina, if you don't, I call the police. If you don't leave, I call
Leave.
the police. If you don't leave, I will call the police. If you don't leave, of course, I
call.
I call the police. Okay. Eric, if it we home,
Is it rains, we stay home.
okay. Sebastian, he the test if he study.
He pass the test if he studies.
He will pass the test if he studies. Okay, Karen, she to sell the car if she doesn't a job.
She will have to sell the car if she doesn't find a job.
Okay, checking. Ok. Recuerden una cosa, recuerden que el condicional cero es algo inevitable e irrevocable. Si se compra una lavadora, ¿es irrevocable que gaste menos dinero? No, porque a lo mejor compra la lavadora, pero no la secadora, y en el laundromat se lava y se seca. Entonces hablamos de algo que probablemente suceda. She will spend less money in the laundromat. ¿Ok? Ya, vamos a- Luego dice, if you don't leave, I call the police. El hecho de que alguien no se vaya es un hecho de que si una persona tú le dices que se vaya y no se va, la policía viene. No. Si tú no te vas, lo más probable, lo más posible es que llame a la policía. I'm going to call the police. If it rains, we stay home. Entonces, cada vez que llueve, uno se queda en la casa y no sale para ninguna parte. No, hay gente que llueve y sale. Entonces, no es un hecho irrevocable. If it rains, we will stay home. ¿Okay? Fíjense que, por ejemplo, aquí, esto es un hecho. Si congelo agua, se convierte en hielo. Okay, no hay otra manera. No es que si yo meto el agua para que se congele, no se va a congelar, se va a convertir en gas. No, no. Todo el agua que se congela se convierte en hielo. Eso es un hecho. Por eso usamos el condicional cero. ¿Ok? Por favor, y en este caso, este es un condicional 1. Estamos usando un imperativo. Ok, dile que me vea en el restaurante si la ves. Algo posible. He will pass the test if he studies. Si estudia, probablemente pase. Probablemente tenga que vender su carro si no consigue un empleo. Recuerden que ese will, en el caso del condicional, significa probabilidad o posibilidad. En cambio, el condicional cero es algo que va a suceder porque sí. Es irrevocable e imposible de evitar. ¿Ok? Por ejemplo, voy a buscar otro hecho irrevocable. If you're hungry, you eat. Si la gente tiene hambre, come. O sea, la única forma de solucionar el hambre es comiendo. ¿De acuerdo? Eso es un hecho. If the cell phone runs out of battery, it doesn't work. Eso es un hecho. Si el celular se queda sin batería, no va a funcionar. ¿Por qué? Porque un celular sin batería no funciona. Eso es un hecho. ¿Ok? Don't worry, next Tuesday we're going to practice conditional 0 and 1 until you can get the difference. Okay? So don't worry about it. Conditionals are not easy. They are not easy to grab. They are not easy to use, especially to set them in a real life situation. But I think with a little more practice, you will do it. So thank you for coming. And have a very good night. See you next week. Have a nice weekend. Thank you for your time. See you next week.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Remember,
Bye.
there's master class Saturday at 12. You can attend. Hay master class el sábado a las 12 del mediodía. Traten de asistir.
Yes.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.